Oh my God. You know what? It's Friday. And you know what that means?
What?
It's drag trash.
It's drag trash. I'm Queen James.
And I'm Millie Monroe. Monroe.
You tell
Roblox.
us. Roblox. Yeah, I've been saying that all week.
Have you?
Roblox.
I still, some of it's come up on my TikTok.
Roblox?
Yeah.
Roblox. I want to play that fashion game.
What fashion game?
So that's why I think a lot of people have been flooding to it recently. There's this thing called, I always forget the name, but it's this like fun little like mini game where you can go in and you're given like a topic and you have to like dress up as that. And the more votes that you get like tokens and you can buy better things and you could like do better in it. It's like a whole thing.
I mean, you know what that's like, right?
It's a ball.
Well, yes, but it's like when I was doing Pet Society.
Oh, you know what? Hang on, let me fix your hair so that we can get into this.
What is it? What's wrong?
Tell them the fuck about Pet Society, bitch.
Because
this is your empire.
Pet Society was a Facebook game.
It was a Facebook game?
It was a Facebook game.
I don't think I realized that.
2010 maybe?
Right.
2010.
Right.
And there was a forum on Facebook where I entered my cat. She was a little gray cat. It was essentially Jane, named after my cat Jane at the time, dead. Sorry.
Spoiler alert, your cat Jane died.
I was going to say trigger warning.
Oh, sorry.
But it was going to come out spoiler warning. And I was like, spoiler alert. Well, we'll just have a moment of silence.
When you read my memoirs, you won't be surprised.
You won't be surprised. There was a whole group and it was open to the world and it was me. I was up there.
You were up there. There was a pageant.
I entered the pageant. You had things to complete every week.
This was like weeks long.
Yes. I think it was like an entire summer. Won first place. Yeah. That was so good.
I will always remember that.
I'll find a picture of
legendarily.
it. Oh.
Like I'm trying to equate it to something. If there were like competitive Neopets,
yes,
you won that.
It's true.
That's really cool.
Who knew?
Yeah.
I mean, it was me and a bunch of probably 6-year-olds.
Probably
I don't think so,
no, I don't think so either. I think it was probably you, a few 16-year-olds.
Okay.
Because I don't think the 6-year-olds could compete. Showing what you all had to do and what the products were coming out. Because I remember.
Because you usually had to like decorate a room with a specific theme. And you had to be dressed in the specific theme. And then you had to take a screenshot doing like whatever, fulfilling the theme.
Yes.
Like, it was a big deal.
Yeah. And you were like, I was built for this.
It
was also that little thing that you do in Animal Crossing that they brought about later.
Yes.
Only like with the fashion stuff on top of it.
Yes. And I don't know. It was a fun, but like, so it's like Pet Society. Yeah. Well, for about 2 years, I think they like updated the shop every Sunday night. So you would be like waiting
that
for like
is really
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, they're going to drop the new stuff. Oh.
That's how you keep us involved, by the way, because like Animal Crossing did not have enough new clothes for me. And that I was going every day. Yeah. And that was like the center of my universe too. Like I was getting money to get clothes, not to like build houses. And stuff
really?
Like that. Oh yeah.
Oh. Well, new stuff. And then they started dipping their toes into like you gotta pay real money for some of the stuff.
Oh yeah.
Did that very, very rarely.
Very few.
Very rarely because
Oh, it can get out of hand very quickly.
It can get out of hand.
Yes.
And so won.
Boop.
First place.
Boop. Winner.
I'll find those pictures.
Yeah, you should. I want to see them again.
I'll find those pictures.
That makes me think of, you can get carried away with those online games. A friend of mine confessed once that they'd spent in the course of a year about $3,000 on Candy Crush.
What do you spend money on Candy Crush?
I think that you can buy to level up and all of this stuff, but they were truly addicted.
Call in.
Are
you addicted to Candy Crush?
Are you
spending real adult money on Candy Crush?
Are you thousands of dollars of debt because of Candy Crush?
There probably are.
Call And I almost gave our real last names away.
Call Crump and Crump.
Call James and Monroe. Actually,
What?
that's like a real last name.
James
Monroe and James is actually better.
James
the law
Monroe.
firm of Monroe and James.
Our president.
James Monroe.
Yeah.
Was that what his name was?
Yeah.
Wow, it really was.
Do you know what president he was?
Which number?
Yeah.
Do you?
I could guess.
So it's just two of us who don't know.
We could guess.
Guessing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
who's closer? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
James Monroe.
James Monroe.
Was he around when he wrote when Thomas Jefferson was writing the Declaration?
I think that
Yeah,
he was
James Monroe.
early.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to say third.
Oh,
I'm going to say
that's
super
low.
early. Yeah.
I did this sixth.
Okay.
I said sixth.
So anything.
Yeah, if we're doing Prices Right rules.
Right. How does that go?
Then if, let's say he's 5, you would win. Because
Okay.
I went over.
Okay. So anything below 6 and anything above is yours.
Correct.
Got it.
Let's see.
Let's see.
James Monroe. 5th! Oh!
You just barely lost. And you know what's funny? If you hadn't said those rules, I would have been like, oh, you were closer.
Oh.
But I won.
Price is Right. If you had to play Price is Right rules,
Yeah, you
though,
do. You're right.
Because you cannot overestimate.
I agree.
Um,
And you can't just let numbers in between
Yeah.
lie willy-nilly.
I will say, though, you guessed 3, I guessed 6. We were pretty close.
I mean, between the both of us.
Like, ask anybody on the street. What are they going to say?
Oh, seriously. They're not going to know he was a president, first of all.
Who's James Monroe?
Right. I don't know.
Who's
A
James
Beatle.
Monroe?
Yeah.
The 5th president of the United States.
Right.
Allegedly.
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 I don't know. None of us were there.
How do you know?
How do you know?
I'm a vampire.
Interview him.
Interview him.
Interview him.
What?
What do you love this
God.
week?
Okay, what do I love this
We
week?
created this segment, and now it is homework, and none of us do it, or neither of us do it.
Oh, you know what I love this week?
What?
Even though I made it up on the spot, but I got one. I love that sometimes you can hit Joann's at the right time and buy cheap fabric. Now, of course, cheap fabric.
Oh.
$13.
But
made
so
this
cute.
dress for $13.
Look it up.
And yeah, the guy was nice. And I was like, I'll just take whatever's left on both of those bolts.
Oh, work.
And so he charged me remnant prices. But it was also, I think, 70% off already. So it was cheap. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
We are brand new dress. So much fringe. Ooh, so pretty. And you took it from a matching outfit that we had.
Yes,
And
yes.
so I wore the matching one today.
Yeah. Mine was pink.
Mine's purple.
Sweaty.
Lavender. I'm cutting that. Get it out, because we're going to reset and I'm going to pretend like it never happened.
I love cheap
What
fabric. Listen.
What do you love this week? You love cheap fabric.
I love cheap fabric.
All right. I love
you love?
I love makeup shopping.
We did do that.
We went makeup shopping today. And when I told you before we went, I was like, we're going to spend some time there.
He did say that.
We're going to be sampling.
I was ready.
Like, I wanted us to both be ready. Like, I wanted to go in here and shop.
I mean, we did.
Because when you actually are going to buy something, it does change the dynamics. You're like, now I'm serious. Now I'm testing colors. Now I'm doing all of this.
Okay,
because when we're
true.
just going into like whatever, look around, we won't take as much time.
Yes.
So I love when we can actually just go in.
Yeah.
Because we did. We sampled so much. We found some lovely, lovely shades. We found you some lovely new lip products.
Yes, he bought one thing.
I
bought
did, but I
3
bought a
things.
replacement I needed. Replacement things.
Replacement things.
Replacement
I
things.
bought new things I didn't need.
Yeah, man. Ooh. But you did. You went in. You're like, I want this today. I want to get this thing today, and you came out with
and I
it.
did.
So I love makeup shopping. I don't know. I'm just getting more and more into it.
Well, I
didn't know that it was possible.
I think because you're becoming more confident in
I think
it,
so,
too.
probably. Yeah. So I get excited about the possibilities.
And like you're watching how to do stuff and you like understand what they're doing because
Right.
now you've done it so many times.
And I get excited that I can
yeah, let's go,
translate.
let's do it. Yeah, yeah,
'cause
yeah.
before I was like, I could never.
You're using
or
the
I couldn't
same
even.
language.
Yeah. I'm finally speaking it a little bit. You're right.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's. Yeah, like I was like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. at first. And I was just like, they're doing this thing and I don't know how it creates this end product. And then all of a sudden,
just clicks.
It's clicking.
It's kind of like sewing, where like people are so constantly afraid of like touching a sewing machine.
Yes.
But it's all mental.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you can take out whatever you've done.
Yeah.
You can redo it.
Well, I think that's a good point too, is like trial and error learning is actually really, really helpful when it comes to crafting stuff, because you do have to learn it for yourself.
Yes.
Like you have to learn how you do it.
Because you might not do it the same way as somebody else.
Totally.
You might not be able to do it no matter how much you practice that way.
Able is such a good word too. I find with makeup stuff, I'm just like, I don't know how they make it look so easy. It must be them and their face. But this is how I have to do it on me because this eyelid does not.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's really, really true.
Yeah.
Makeup shopping.
Love it.
Do you have anything else you love?
Oh, I found, I have a digital copy right now of that book you recommended last week, Wellness.
You got it?
I got it. So I'm going to read it soon. Because
long.
I was like, I know. I was editing the video last week and it kept coming up and I was just like, yeah, I'm going to do this.
Oh my God, I hope you have a really great experience.
I'm excited for it.
So I went to my therapist yesterday.
Yeah. Is this what you love?
This is what I love.
Yeah.
I love my therapist.
Yeah.
We're talking. You're looking at me so seriously.
You're talking.
We're talking.
Yeah.
We're talking. And out of nowhere, I go, "Can I show you something?"
Uh-oh.
And he was
If
like,
I were a therapist, I'd be like, what?
well, and he was like, I'm sure.
Right.
And I was like, well, actually, will you listen to something?
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, I'll listen to something. And I was like,
He's
okay.
like, what trial am I
And he was like,
testify?
right. And he's like, now, I don't know why we're doing this. And I was like, good, yes, we're doing this.
Yes.
See how the tables have turned?
Good. Yes. You were like, you're not the only one who can call shots in here. I've come to play a game.
I said, listen, it's been a hard 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Can I play what it sounds like to be in my head sometimes?
Oh, okay.
And he was like, okay. And I was like, it's funny. You can laugh.
I'm giving you permission. Yeah.
Because I was like, I laugh.
Yeah.
Because it's funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but it's funny. And so then I played him a little sound, and it was so loud. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
I don't care if it's a joke, you fucking little shit, fuck, you loser piece of shit, you little bar. I don't care if it's a joke, you fucking little shit, fuck, you loser piece of shit, you little bar. I don't care if it's a joke, you fucking little
And I was
shit,
like,
fuck, you loser piece of shit.
That's it. I said,
Because that was
that's
my first
it.
question. I was like, do we have to wait to the end? Is that one of those wait to the end videos?
No, that's it. Wow. It's about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay. He's like, close your eyes. Oh. And then we did 30 minutes of like hypnosis therapy. Wow. And he was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, I'm reading you loud and queer. Yeah.
He's like, all right, we're going in.
Right.
And he's like, close your eyes. And he's like, now, it was
it good?
It was good.
Was it nice?
Good. It was nice.
Was it some like self-love stuff, I hope?
It was.
Because what I'm hearing there is a lot of meanness towards my friend.
Girl, I know.
Yeah, you can hold that if you want.
No. So I'm sitting there and he's like, that voice, this is so bad. He's like, where is it coming from? And I'm like standing there and I'm like trying to find it where it's coming from.
Right.
No, it was really good.
Okay.
It was really good.
Okay.
And if this helps anybody else out there.
Oh, absolutely.
His advice to me, now it's going to be something that you're going to forever deal with.
Sure.
Not forever, but maybe. He was like, just think of that person as just a different passenger on the bus.
Yeah.
You're driving the bus,
Yeah.
and you are in control of the bus. Yeah. But that person is just a passenger.
Yeah.
And I was like, girl.
That's really nice, actually. I like that.
And I was
was that helpful?
And I kept going, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
And then like later on down the road, we were talking. And I was like, oh, like this other metaphor that I say. And he was like, okay, no, that's not anything like
I love that.
It was good.
Yeah.
But I had to bring out the whole HRH collection. I was like, listen, because the first time I ever heard her, I was like, oh my God. That's the demon.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, she's the physical manifestation of everything terrible.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people can relate to her, though, and clearly did.
Yes.
Because those kinds of outbursts, especially in that voice, you're right.
Yes.
Is I relate to that. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh my God. And I saw another video, like, I'm going to come back to this, I swear.
Yeah.
But it just made me think of another one where this, and I've never seen anybody do this on TikTok, and it was like when every last thing is getting on your nerves in the day, and it was this guy just trying to get into his car, and like he bumps his head a little bit on the way in, and he's just like, and like his seatbelt isn't going, and he just has to be like, like,
you know what that's called?
There. What?
It's kick the dog syndrome.
Kick the dog.
You get home and the dog barks for absolutely no reason, and you kick the dog.
Is that literally what they call it?
I think so.
That's awful, but it's true.
Like the dog has
done nothing to do with it, and it's just
you are
projecting.
You are projecting.
Yeah. And the universe is not against us. It is not against, but it is. It's such a good point about perspective.
Yes.
When I'm at my wit's end and everything is awful. Awful things are happening.
Yeah. It's so bad.
Yeah.
And, oh, God. Anyways.
So that's interesting. Yeah. Also funny that he used bus. Because, yes, that is a voice of someone riding the bus.
Right.
Yelling at you for no good reason.
That, like, you cannot control.
Nope.
And you just have to deal with it.
You
Not deal with it, but, like, you can say, all right, sit down.
Right. Like, okay, we'll be at your stop soon.
Yeah, like, you're fine.
Right.
And that's kind of how you have to treat it. I think.
Yeah.
You kind of had to just be like,
what are you doing? Yeah.
Look at it in the rear view mirror, and you just have to say, no, you're ridiculous.
And then I think you got to get, I mean, maybe this is just me.
Yeah.
I think you got to get some voices in there too.
Yes.
That are also counteracting them on your behalf. You know what I mean? That are so positive and hype up you, that are just like, you are ridiculous, and we all agree.
Yeah, we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten that person
of course,
yet. That person's, she's late to arrive.
She's still waiting at the stop. We're going to pick her up soon.
Oh my God. No, but I just thought that was really
That's funny. Really nice. I like that. And that is fun. I love how you're communicating with your therapist.
Do you?
Yeah, because it's very you.
Okay.
And like, it does show that they know what they're doing as well. There's a lot of portals. It's all the same message.
Right.
But they know how to get the portals in from every angle.
I really came in there. I think I was like, he was like, how have you been? And I'm like, I'm manic. I gotta we got to get into it. Yeah. I was like, no, we gotta talk about some stuff.
Right. Today is not just a normal.
No, and it had been a long time too since I'd been back.
Oh, I see.
Because I can't remember why. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Love it. Love therapy.
You know, the humankind is just too hard on themselves.
It's too hard.
It's too hard.
I also just think it's like we're finally learning how to manage this consciousness thing. And so why wouldn't you want to figure that out a little bit?
But I also think because of it is so much harder now. I think you're bombarded. I think you're bombarded constantly. If you're on this thing, enough, you are bombarded with not real things.
Correct.
And you start to believe that everybody in here is also out here.
Yeah.
When in reality, this is fake.
Yeah.
Everything in here is fake.
Again, perception. It's like we take in so much being with people in person.
Yes.
Like how we determine who our friends are and all of that stuff is based on these, I think, in-person interactions.
Yes.
And you miss all of that when you're online. You get a sense, but it is going to be a curated sense from that person as well.
Yes.
So it's already not as honest as it could be.
Right.
And so, I don't think that it's a different reality, and it makes it harder to then cope with actual reality.
Right. Because then you start going, well, if life is just chaos, then why do we believe in synchronicity and things happen for a reason?
Or why are we caring about any of this? Yeah.
It's a tricky
thing. And if you are existentialist at all, but I think
so tricky.
Yeah, it is. And I used to go down those rabbit holes a lot with my therapist, and I feel like it always kind of came out the same end, which is just like, you can overthink this a lot, but then you got to wake up tomorrow, and what are you going to do then? Again. Right. So it's like, it is, if for no other reason, pointing out those patterns does kind of ground you back into reality, because you're like, yes, why are we doing all of this? Well, I can't answer that, and I can't really do anything about it in my sphere of influence right now. Right. So what are the tools I need to manage it?
Yes. How can I manage it? And why is it causing me so much anxiety?
Right. Because, and that's what's tricky too, is telling your brain, like, we truly don't have to worry about this.
Don't have to worry about it.
And that's tough.
But yes, because I think also we live in a world now where our fight or flight sort of mechanics are sort of still there.
Yes.
But I think we use them less.
Right. And less for relevant things.
Yes.
And they're being activated in ways.
Differently.
Yes, correct.
And so I think that's where we get these sort of freezes and these sort of like anxiety attacks where you can't do anything because your body is not sure if it should fight or fly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not sure.
It's not sure.
It's just not sure.
Well, and our brains don't know what to say.
Yes.
Because it's so clear if a deadly animal is coming at you.
Right.
That you might run.
Yes.
But if the brain is telling you the same thing and it's literally just, you don't know.
You don't know.
Then how do you shut that up?
A billion different scenarios.
Exactly.
And then you start thinking to yourself, any one of those is possible.
Right.
When in reality, you have no idea.
And it's usually like your worst nightmare that you start to believe.
And what did we say earlier? No one's thinking about you as much as you're thinking about you.
Oh my God, it's true. And I mean, it's sort of a relief.
It is a relief.
Because I stress out about what people think about me.
Yeah.
And then I just have to remember I can't read their minds.
And who cares?
And like the people that are close to me, if they have something to say to me, they will.
Right.
All of that.
And I just think, who are these people?
Who are these people and why are you so mean?
It's like Chapel Roan. Go for her.
Go for her.
Go for her. Good for her.
Good for her.
For coming out and being like, listen, it's
weird behavior.
Ridiculous. It is weird behavior that we stalk these people.
Yeah.
We stalk celebrities and these fandoms that are sort of just toxic and wild and scary.
Yeah.
And I think it's an important conversation to have, considering that all of us are human beings and we all need to set boundaries. Just because we're in the public eye does not mean we give the public everything they want.
No. I think it's a really good moment to have the conversation too, because I don't know how you reconcile all of this online like mental health awareness.
Yes.
And this thing that we've normalized as abuse.
As abuse.
And so you do have to come to a point and say like, okay, these don't reconcile.
Yeah.
And do we just say it's different for celebrities? No.
No.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like, you don't want people. Well, okay. Other side of the fence.
Okay.
People really hate. Well, they only hate it when they get caught. But people do not like it when they're being videotaped in public, right?
No.
And everyone's like, but you.
Some of them.
But it's like you have no expectation of privacy when you're out at a public place.
Right.
Which, like, sure, fine, whatever. But I think now because everybody has cell phones, there are laws being passed and things being observed where, like, no, you really can't just, like that guy in Target who would, like, take pictures of people's skirts and stuff.
No.
I mean, that's, like, violating,
Yeah.
some major lines. But why you gotta take pictures of people in restaurants?
You don't.
I don't care how hot they are.
No. The more access that we have to these people's lives as well, I think the more we learn that they are not all that interesting to begin
Boring.
with. And that if you really did get close to them, they might not like you. Like, they're also people. So, like, I don't know why you're juggling with these stakes when you wouldn't even do that with someone who you're, like, pointing them out as strangers,
Yes.
I think is a really good point, which
Yes.
she kept saying over and over.
Yes,
She's like,
yes.
you wouldn't do this to a stranger. And I think a lot of people would argue, like, you're not a stranger, you're Chapel. Like, we know you. You don't.
You've seen her sing.
You don't.
You don't know
And
her.
she might hate you, which might make you not like her. So, like,
Yeah.
it's just people. You got to just know that, like...
It's like, yes, it's like in meet and greets. We've all been to meet and greets where you're like, oh, I met this person and they were fine. I'll never meet them again.
Right.
You know, I don't know. I don't know if I've had that experience actually, now that I say that. But it's just, they're just people.
They're just people, and they're not that interesting.
And they're not that interesting.
I also think... I don't know. Do you think there's something about capitalism as well where they're like, I want to be their friend because maybe I'll be rich and famous too?
Oh, yes. I think that's...
Maybe
I
we're
think
all so need
leeches. I think
deprived
we're
that
just
we're just
leeches.
kind of like, yeah.
But also, I think of it like we watch these queens on Drag Race, and we're like, oh my God. It's like I have a weird little bumpy nipple right there. We're like, you know, oh, I love Kennedy.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so we're all watching. Well, I don't know if we're all watching.
We're not all watching.
But Canada versus the world, right?
Right.
With Kennedy.
Right.
With Kennedy.
That should honestly be what it was called
With
because
Kennedy.
it was like, it's her show.
Yeah. So with Kennedy and Lemon and Kennedy. And so I don't remember what I was saying.
Oh shit! I
don't
don't remember
know.
where it started. These drag queens.
Oh, now I
talking
know.
about-
Now I
sorry.
know. Now I know. Now I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like what, 52 minutes?
Yeah.
And so let's say how many queens are on there right now? 5?
yeah.
Let's say you get a cumulative 8 minutes
Right.
of just that queen.
Right.
And that was at least, what, 2 days of filming?
Right.
So you're talking 48 hours and you know them for 8 minutes.
Right. Exactly.
8 minutes.
8 minutes of that person
Edited.
in front of a camera, in drag, in a persona.
Where every third word is different from a different take.
Right.
And so it's just like, you don't know who
You don't know who these people are.
I mean, some of those girls, they watch it and they go, I don't even know who that person is.
No. Oh my God. Yeah. All of these poor villain edit girls. I mean, some of
Sometimes.
them.
I mean, you can only just do so much.
You can only do so much. Yeah. Blame it on the edit.
Listen, we've all got bad skin.
Yeah. It's true. And that they can't touch. But they do decide when they're going to touch it up and when they're not.
blur the headlines, they do it some dirty.
They really do. And you know, they play it fast and loose in regular season. They got those All-Stars girls covered.
So scared. Oh, yeah, they're like, no, these are
No,
the
we don't
expensive
play around.
girls.
Yeah, with them. So you remember I told you?
What?
I mean, we might as well get this on film.
Oh, no, I don't remember.
So this is the best wig ever. The first wig I ever bought.
Yeah.
You bought it for me. Do you remember that?
No.
Got it for my birthday.
Oh, that's so
And we were in New York. Yeah.
I love that.
And I still remember putting it on and just being like, this is over.
Over.
It's over.
Yeah.
And it's lost a lot of its original intent.
Yeah.
It had this lovely, because it's got kind of a widow's peak thing going on. It had this lovely little swoop over thing. The hair, the ends was nice and bouncy and curled in, and it just moved like real hair. Nothing
Yes.
got caught in my face. It was just, and I didn't keep it well long enough.
I'm sorry, yes.
You're not wearing earrings.
I'm not wearing earrings.
I didn't even.
I'm sorry. Keep going with your story.
You're naked.
I know. It feels so wrong.
You have new earrings too.
I know. I brought them, though.
Okay,
I
we'll
just
take
didn't put 'em
pictures.
on.
We'll take pictures. That's so sad. But yeah, so I did a lot of rehab work on it to get it to look this good.
Yeah, you really did.
And it does move, and it is better. But here we go. I'm working on how I tell stories. Because I sit and I watch myself talk every week, and I'm like,
Girl,
Let's
I'm
go.
just vomiting.
it's that internal voice.
I'm just vomiting.
I need there's someone on the back of my bus that says, "Move it along." Is this bus running? Anyway,
You need the bully.
I do need the bully. You're right. So, I was looking a few months ago.
Yes.
Ray's Wigs. That's where this is
Raise
from.
wigs.
And I was like, oh, I wonder if they have any more. I would love a second one.
Yeah.
And they weren't super expensive.
Right.
And I was like, this would be a good time. And they were on sale. And they had a color that was just a shade deeper than mine. And I was like, actually, that would be
Okay.
fine.
Yes. Because you like almost black, almost.
I do.
Yes.
I do. This is as light as I really want to go. My big shaggy one is
Yes,
lighter.
it is lighter.
But it's fine.
The texture is nice, though.
I like it because it's fine if there's like,
Yes.
it's like highlights.
Yes.
And with curls, yeah. Anyway.
You need that more dimension.
Correct. And so I was like, I would really love a second one. And then I could like keep it nice. And this one I could do something else with.
Sure.
And they weren't delivering to my address whenever I would go to check out. And I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And so I emailed them and I was like, I'd really love to buy this wig.
Yeah.
And they got back, but it was like, I don't know. This is going to sound so like, I don't know, bougie or something.
Okay.
It didn't have like a logo on it. It didn't have like a signature.
Oh.
It was from the website, but it was like, I don't know.
Somebody behind the scenes.
It seemed a little too sketchy,
Okay.
to be honest.
You're going to be that woman crying at the bank this morning.
I was like, I don't know if I want to give this, because he was like, yeah, send me your info, or like, we could get this bought for you. And I was just like, if we're not doing it through the website, if I'm not doing the thing, I don't think so.
Right.
And I don't remember if he asked for it through the email, but it was like, I had to go through the email to get this wig.
Oh.
And I was like, maybe I still try it, because maybe it's fine. But it was this like, I don't know.
You know what you do? You buy one of those prepaid Visa cards.
Okay, yes.
And then you just put it all on that.
yes,
And even you can send it to a P.O. box, and who cares?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be okay. Maybe it's just that he's like, oh, I have to give you this link, and then like it'll work this way
Maybe.
because our one on the website doesn't.
It
I don't
took
know.
a long time to
Took a long time to come.
So
too.
like it's coming from China.
It's not from here, yeah. And the site is like a US, but like you know how you can filter
yeah,
like
what do
have
you
an
call
EU
that?
version
yeah, what do you
or
call
whatever.
That?
I don't
They
know.
they're not called like ghost sites, but what are they called?
Right, I don't know.
Like puppet sites, you know, straw man. Like they're like a straw
Straw man
man, like a straw man site, like a straw man site.
Like a straw man site. So it's a legit wig,
Right.
And it was good enough that I want another one, but that was a little bit of a hitch in my giddy up.
I wouldn't like that.
No. And I stopped there, but I might come back. I don't know.
It's kind of like when I was 15 and I spent $100 on a pair of shoes online, and those shoes never showed up. And I was like,
Well,
wow, that's $100 I'll never see again.
what were the shoes?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's.
I think they might have just been like white pleather pleaser things, but they were cheap
Right.
comparatively to the other ones I was looking at.
Right.
And I was like, that's where they got me.
And they got girl.
But I'm also like, I don't remember how I paid for it. I was like, whose card did I use?
Right.
And like, I don't know what.
This was some
happened there.
early internet days too.
Yeah, so like,
As far as like internet purchasing goes,
right,
2005.
right, yes, yeah. So 2005.
Sorry. I meant 2025.
Start spreading the news.
I turn 15 next
We're
year.
secretly fetuses right now.
Yeah.
Secretly.
This
Vagina.
Look it up. That's what they
Cell
look like.
wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Mitochondria.
Exactly.
The powerhouse of the
the cell.
That's the only one I remember. Do you remember anything else? Ribonucleic acid.
Okay, yeah, that's one of those science things. RNA?
Yeah, what was the other one? DNA?
DNA? Do you remember what it stands for? I do.
Well, that's the one we deal with every day.
You're only like syllables away.
Dino DNA.
Dino DNA.
How do we make this
Deoxy.
stop?
You gotta get off this ride. Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Deoxide.
Deoxy.
Doxed.
Ribonucleic.
You've been
doxed. Yeah. And now the next time you say it, you're gonna say doxed ribonucleic acid.
Oh my.
I was gonna say, don't throw that. We need it.
Wait, pause. I just
Pause.
want to put for the last 10 minutes. I want to wear my new
Oh
earrings.
yeah, that's fair.
Because they're so cute.
They're so cute, and you had them made.
No, these are the ones she gave me.
Oh.
That one needs to go up a little higher.
One bead of sweat dripping down
I
my
said
back.
a $1
into
meal.
my ass crack, and I'm feeling like whack.
I said a $1 meal.
$1. $1.
$1 meal.
$1 foot long. Oh, they're so pretty.
Oh, I think they're going to be really
It was worth it.
sparkly.
It was worth
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I don't think your tits are going anywhere. I think you're worried, but I've never seen them look more up.
Good.
Yeah.
I think I
Almost to the
tagged
point where
them
they're
last
like
time.
this.
Listen.
Listen.
Dr. Pashmir does good.
Dr. Pashmir.
Yeah, you know her.
Yeah.
Same thing as a Dr. Pashmina.
Pashmina.
I love Dr. Pashmina.
Who's that?
I don't know. It's just a great name.
Yeah, it's a good name. Dr. Pashmina. I mean, her little... Fill her up.
Fill her up like the old Ford in the backyard.
I was watching First Wives Club again the other day.
Oh, gosh.
And I was like looking up little things about it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize that because I was like, this music is good.
Oh, yeah.
And it's actually telling the story in ways that not a lot of movie music does anymore.
Yes.
And then it was like, yeah, nominated for an Oscar. That score was the only thing from that movie.
Do you know?
I don't even remember.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's good.
Like a Leonard Cohen kind of thing.
Totally.
Yep.
Yep. John Williams.
John Williams. What's he doing?
John
Is he
Williams
dead?
Booth. No.
John Williams Booth.
Yeah.
Assassinated President Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, Mary. Oh, I'm so jealous. My
would like
cousin
to-
is in New York right now, and him and his friend went and saw it last night.
Did they like it?
Yeah, I think so. And I because he posted it in his stories with the playbill, and I said, I'm so goddamn jealous.
Wow.
I know.
I know who to put on my shit list
Yeah,
later.
exactly.
I'm sorry.
I know. That's so sad for me.
We'll get to see it
Eventually, when it tours with
on
nobody.
YouTube.
I was.
Speaking of which, we do want to go see 6, right?
Oh yeah, I do. Also, The Wiz is getting ready to go on tour.
I did see
And
that.
we should go see it.
They're getting ready to ease on down the road.
Oh yeah.
I would like to see it.
It's good. It's a
it's
really
coming-
cute production.
I
I say
mean-
cute. It's a really good production.
It's probably not coming to St. Louis. We probably have to go to Chicago.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, the Fox gets everything.
That's true. We should
so it
get
just
it.
depends on what series it is. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I would hope it came here, if for no other reason than like maybe Nicole put in a good word.
Oh, good.
I know.
Yeah, I'd
Hey,
like
come
to see
us.
it. I'd
Yeah.
like to see it.
I'd like to see it too.
I'd like to see it.
I was mad because when I went to New York to see The Wiz,
Yes.
it was on its break from where it was transferring from off Broadway.
Cola.
Oh, Mary was. Yeah.
Oh.
Mary's Auto Parts.
You gotta finish it.
You gotta finish
If
it.
you don't finish it, Ringu will come out of the TV and get you.
Yes, in 7 days.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to signal me to do something. You were like,
What? Oh, well, I was gonna say I read a manga.
okay. Yeah.
No, but it was, what's her name? I don't know if I'm ever pronouncing it right. Sakura or Sakura?
I don't know who.
That's the girl from The Ring. That's her name. It's
Oh,
like Sakura.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Anyways, her. It is about these 2 little girls
Okay.
find the Ring movie,
Ooh.
put it in, and summon her. And but it's the end of the world, so the world is gone, and these 2 little kids are like the last people on Earth, and they're like, "We found another person. Come venture with us." And so she does, and she's like, "But I still have to kill you after 7 days."
That's interesting.
She didn't kill him after 7 days.
That's cool. Right. What does she do when there's no one left?
That's kind of how it ended.
And like when the stakes aren't as high.
they like found her well, and they were like, "Here's your well," and then they went to sleep, and they woke up, and everything was great.
That's beautiful.
So it was like, oh, she realized she didn't have to continue the curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, is wronging people, is cursing people to death the right thing to do?
Is that the right thing to do?
Or like, is that the means to an end? Like, are you going to feel good about yourself at the end
Is that
of it?
enough?
Is that enough?
Right.
When in reality, you can kill, what's that thing? You can kill 1,000 people.
You can kill 100 people in the room,
Yeah,
but there could be one.
but there's one that might love you.
Yeah.
And
So
that
don't
might
kill
change the
them.
world.
Yeah.
Oh, I just think love is more important than hate.
I do too.
But it's hard to see it.
It's true.
It's hard to see it.
It's a hard to see.
It's hard to see it. But that Ring girl, she finally saw it.
She saw it. She
saw
found it
it.
in those 2 little
She
girls at
found
the
those
end
2
of the
little girls
world.
At the end of the world.
That's beautiful.
I think it was literally called like Sakura at the end of the world.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. Right at the cash register.
Love that even more. Japanese people, they're doing some storytelling.
Can I tell you?
Dungeons, not Dungeons and Dragons. Delicious in Dungeon
Oh my god.
is a wonderful show.
Oh my God.
A wonderful
And
show.
does a 180 in the middle
Oh,
of it,
and
you're
becomes
just
a
like,
little horror
oh
film.
my
Yeah,
god.
a little bit.
I just think the way that Japanese culture is able to explore themes of grief and of trauma and love in a way that is completely different than how the Western world sort of fantasizes that.
Even down to the plot. I mean, obviously these are like, we think differently. It just becomes so evident there.
Yes.
That it's like you expect it to go one way. We all kind of have these ideas of movies and stories, and then they go somewhere else, and you're like, that's so interesting, and it works, and I don't have to think about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, like Latin America has like magical realism, right? And it's kind of like, boring white people in the USA. We don't have anything that is, well, I guess we don't even really have Gothic. We can't even claim that, really.
Not U.S. America.
Yeah, so it's just like,
yeah. What's our medium?
To the table?
I think it's...
What are we bringing to the table?
It's true. I think it's arguable. I know that in college we talked a lot about how musical theater was like America's true transplant.
Yeah.
Which I still think is true. We're definitely the ones who do that medium best, I think.
Although I think the West End is really giving us a run for our money. They're really doing some different stuff over there.
They are, because they have the amount of money and stuff to play with it.
Yes.
And
they're like funded by the government, sort of, right?
I don't know how much that's changed, but once upon a time there was a lot of arts funding. Yes. To the point where like the National Theater, like that big one, that's like it was completely funded. And so, but I will also say, I was there over 10 years ago.
Old.
I know. The musicals were just okay.
I remember.
They're doing them.
Yes.
They're doing a service to them.
Okay.
But you're not seeing a lot of triple threats.
Interesting.
You're not seeing... They can't, and they will confess this. They confess this to us.
Okay.
They're like, we can't do every musical because we culturally cannot like have people act that way.
Really?
So they're like, if you ask a British girl to like sing about being a cockeyed optimist, they're gonna do it with a little bit of sarcasm because they can't sell that.
Yeah.
Only Americans can because we're so delusional.
Right.
And so there's a lot of things in musical theater that are like that.
Interesting.
That they have a hard time selling, but. I will say, and I think where they found their sweet spot is they do revivals really, really well.
Yeah.
And they're good at picking, and maybe this is a little snobby, they're good at picking. So they're like, this is actually a really good show with good writing. Right. We're going to try that one here.
It's
and
not
the
just
audiences,
a crowd pleaser.
Right. Because their audiences are so distinguishing.
Yeah.
So like, Imelda Staunton has been doing everything over the last 5 years, or 10 years and more. Because when I was there, she was doing Sweeney Todd as a revival, and it was like it was massive. Right. And since then... She's been doing a bunch of them and just
like
killing it. Yeah. Oh, there's a filmed production of her stage show of Gypsy in London, and it is fabulous. Maybe the best show of Gypsy I've ever seen, because I don't really like that musical.
It's fine.
I thought they actually hit that one.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. But yeah, I don't think that they can do it all, but they're certainly trying.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
I don't know. Storytelling is so difficult.
It's true. But I like that we've got different ways.
Oh, yeah.
Get into it.
Get into it.
What do you want?
Just called that duplex on our street because I was curious. Not worth it. 2-bed, 1-bath. Whole top floor, $18 a month.
No.
Well, okay, there's a place across the street from us right now. A 1-bedroom is $1,200. And I said, what's going on here?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm finding out there.
What's going on?
Real estate's tough out there, y'all.
What's going on?
I don't know.
There's this really cute place down our block. I told Scott, I was like, you might want to check it because it might be cute.
Yeah. Too much. 1,800, is that what he said?
I think so.
Yeah.
This is weird. He goes, I said, what's the backyard situation? And she goes, yeah, downstairs moved in before me, so I deferred to the same, and they said they wanted the backyard. And I said, oh no, so no backyard access at all? And she said, not unless you can talk them into it. I'm sorry, it's a shared space.
Correct. And I think I've seen this on pictures where some of those 4-unit ones, it's like they don't have, like your building has a stairway that accesses to the back.
Yes.
But some of them, only the bottom units can access the backyard. So
they claim the backyard.
Yeah. Which I don't think you can do, though. I think that's so dirty.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Just share it.
I'd say, where is that in the lease?
Put it in writing.
Put it in
and
writing.
Make them pay more. Sorry.
And You know what?
Or make someone pay less for not getting access
That's
to it.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
$100 difference, that's not it.
No.
That ain't it, girl.
That ain't it, girl.
I don't know.
It's foolishness. And landlords do it because they know they can get away with it. And it doesn't help that we also live in a city with a really expensive university where all of these rich kids come in for a year and can pay this and more.
That's true.
And so it drives up the price because they know they can get it.
Well, I know, but that's also true for you and around here.
Yeah, that's true. It's mostly this neighborhood, I guess. You're right.
But you just never know. I hate moving. I hate looking for apartments. I hate all of that.
So stressful.
I'm just like, I don't know. Just give it to me.
Just give it to me. I want it. I want a cute one. And just give it to me at the price I want. A little bit of a downer today. Started with the loves. Maybe that's a bad segment. Maybe we should just stick to what we know and complain and be funny.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. Because I also want to be positive.
I know. Don't you
I
want to be
also want to
positive?
be grateful.
Demure.
Demure, mindful.
And mindful.
Yeah, we had to say it once, everybody. Because
Demure and mindful.
we had to be on the internet saying it.
Yeah.
Also, support that woman. Love that she's getting her full transition now because of this.
Also, person of color.
Love that.
Person of color who we can all collectively say, yes, they came up with this.
Yes. Yes. And we're not
And
stealing their sound
yes,
and claiming
yes,
it as our own.
yes.
Yes, she got ahead of that. Thank God. Yeah.
Just a wonderful, wonderful woman.
Wonderful woman. Don't know her. Not going to try to stalk her, even though I think she's wonderful.
Does RuPaul have a new show, like a new late night show?
You mean lingo?
No. Dick. D-I-C-K. No, I'm sorry, that is not a 5-letter word. Dicks!
It was D-I-C-Q-U-E.
No, there's just an S on the end of it.
Wait, was that a real segment?
No.
That was one you're making up to.
That's just what I'm making up. I mean, you've seen lingo, right?
Yeah, I was just playing
Yeah,
along
they
too,
spell the word.
but we did something.
They're like, dicks. D-I-C-K-S. And he's like, and like, doop, 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 doop. And then the letters drop down. You've never watched it, have you?
I've never watched it.
Well, I've never watched it with RuPaul, but I used to watch it a lot in summer.
On the
In
Game Show
summer.
Network.
Yeah. Last summer. No, does RuPaul have a real gig?
Does RuPaul have a real gig? That's a good question.
Does she have a late night show? I swear they were on there.
No.
What was that?
She's guest hosting for Jimmy Kimmel right now.
Oh.
Because yes, I saw her in the top 3 on there the other day.
That's what I'm saying.
It was great. And they all looked so good.
Everyone looks good.
But there was a time a few years ago where those shows did not know how to light drag queens.
No.
So they got it together.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Or the drag queens got smart.
I think that's true. And I think because they've got a little more clout, and obviously because Rue's hosting.
That's also true. She probably brought her own people in.
Maybe so. But I think that there are bolder queens out there saying like, no, we're going to need this on me. Which I would be the same way. If I saw like one little dinky key light, I'd been like, this is prime time.
I see that.
This is ABC.
Is it ABC?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
bring in a couple more lights.
That's like Disney, right?
Totally. You got it. Flaunt it.
Bobby Iger.
Bobby Iger. Little Bobby Iger.
Little Bobby Iger
That's
sitting
funny.
on his thumb. Kissing.
Kissing his dick finger. Wait a minute. I saw the most foul thing the other day. Oh, don't fall.
I got it. My heel caught me. Wow. God, your upstairs neighbor probably hate me. They're like, God, he brought home a chicken again.
Oh, do you know what's funny? It's a new neighbor, so we're going to find out.
We're not going to do the rolling thing anymore?
No.
That's sad. Miss him.
Oh my God, a rolly chair. Yeah, across the whole ceiling. No, new person.
Oh.
Air mattress, because I can hear them filling it up before they go to bed. And yeah. So far, no complaints. I never got any complaints from them before. I only met them because I complained.
Well, yeah, because you were like, what are you doing
What the
up
fuck
there?
are you doing up there? I also needed to explain. This sounds so rude. I needed to explain. But the way that they were behaving, sorry. I was like, have you ever lived in an apartment before? I didn't say that. But I was just
They probably
like,
never have.
Maybe not. This is a nice, not a nice apartment.
Yeah,
This
I
is
think
an
it's a nice apartment.
older apartment where there's like concrete still. So like in between units, left and right,
There's concrete everywhere.
you cannot hear anything.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
And so, but up and down, yes.
There ain't no concrete up there.
And so I was just like, I can't hear anything else when you're like your TV or anything. If you're talking, if you're like wearing shoes or anything that's like on the hardwood, it just vibrates.
God.
And they were like,
They're
yeah, never walked on a hardwood floor. Anyway.
I mean, it's difficult.
It's true. And if you've never lived in an apartment building too, you
It's
don't
not
know.
difficult.
No, you're right. I'm trying to be nice. It's not difficult.
It's not difficult.
If you've never lived in an apartment building before, you may not know. Right. Or, you may not have ever been called out on how loud you are. And I'm here to tell you, you live with me.
Some people are flat-footed.
Yeah, this is true. I also I'm light on my feet. I've always been balls on my feet around the house.
Oh, you afraid of getting yelled at?
I guess so. I did learn that later. Someone mentioned, they were like, "Oh, you do that? That's a trauma response." And I was like,
response.
But yeah, I still do it. I also just don't like a lot of creaking. Maybe that's like a little, I don't know what.
When you're sneaking to the fridge to get some peanut butter in the middle of the night, you can't make any noise.
Yeah. I like the idea too that I can move around silently for such a big person. Oh. So it's kind of like a fantasy as well.
You know that the most famous footage of no, it's me. It's not you. I'm just doing it for me. Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Where they're walking.
Right. This.
Like 45 seconds, right?
Right.
That's a woman.
Is it really?
She has boobs. Okay. I don't know if she's a woman, but she's got boobs.
Okay, yes. We don't know their gender, but female presenting Sasquatch.
Nipples.
Nipples?
They've cleared it up to where you can see nipples.
I also like that their fur
Yes. And it's like kind
doesn't
of less.
go. I'm like, right.
It's kind of less. Yeah, I'm going to show you. I saw something about that the other day and I was like, wow, nipples. Let's
Also,
see, Bigfoot.
I love that we all
boobs.
have to eat our words on that. They're like, Sasquatch is a woman.
Sasquatch is a woman.
Yeah.
She has always been. I mean, that's an artist rendering.
I was like, I have to tell you right now, that is someone's porno fantasy of Sasquatch, and I love that you are finding that, but it is not. Okay.
Boobs.
I see it.
There are boobs
I see
there.
it.
Boobs.
You're right.
Boobs.
Where was that place in Arkansas that you went Sasquatch
Oh my God,
hunting?
Falk, Arkansas.
Falk.
Arkansas.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, I went to Falk, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Got into the trailer where they had Bigfoot in a big freezer.
Did you see it?
No.
But it was the freezer that they kept him
Yeah,
in
we
once.
couldn't get anyone to come to the door. But we did go to the convenience store.
Wait, so this was not like a museum or something. This was something that you knew about and you went and...
They told us about it at the convenience store. And so we went there and it's just a trailer out in the middle of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
And we just knocked on the door. We could look inside. You could see it all in there. And there was stuff in there.
So people stop by and they're like, we want you to still see it if you want to.
Dead body.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Do you still believe it's real?
I believe anything's real.
Okay, fair.
I believe you can do anything.
Listen. I do too.
Do you?
Yeah, actually.
You can fly.
Maybe not on this timeline. Maybe not in this dimension. Maybe not with the understanding that we have right now.
What are you talking about? You can get in a plane and fly right now.
That's true too.
You can jump off a building, pretend to fly.
That's true too. What is flying if not a lot of air up underneath me?
Up underneath.
I could be flying right now.
I could be flying right now. You don't know.
You don't know that. You don't know me.
Levitating.
Back around to the Chapel Roan thing.
yeah, okay, who?
You don't know us. And you never will. No, honestly, I've never been more vulnerable in public before.
Why?
Than
Doing
on
what?
this show. Just talking about our lives.
So sorry.
And that's two of us.
Life is just a bowl of cherries.
It's true.
A chair of bowlies.
A chair of police. You had to explain that one to me because I'd never heard the original phrase.
Oh, it's okay. I hate that movie.
What is that movie?
Forrest Gump.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah, I have, but I don't remember
It's so long.
It is long.
Maybe that's not that movie. No, that's the box of chocolates.
Right. I was like, that one I know.
Come on. It's the It's the same thing.
Cherry Bolies.
It's the same thing.
Well,
Is that it?
do you want to call it?
I don't know. Should we?
I think so.
Is that it?
Is that all?
Is that all you're going to get from us this week?
What did you learn this week?
Oh my God, what did I learn this week? That hypnosis works.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. What did I learn this week?
Wow, just as I thought.
Nothing.
Dumb as a box of hair.
Yeah. Nothing up there. But be nice to yourselves this week.
Just as I thought. Dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Be nice to yourself this week.
And remember that those demonic voices in your head are just the angriest passenger at the back of your mind bus.
That's right.
And you're driving.
And you're driving.
Yeah.
Crash it if you want.
Drive it off a cliff. I was literally about to say that too. We might be a problem for each other. Let's just say it out loud.
Go yourself.